Here's the challenge. 5 days in the Florida Keys, lodging, food, and real experiences for less than $100 per day per person. With hotel prices in Key West often soaring above $300 a night, most people think a trip like this is out of reach. But I'm here to show you it's possible. Don't forget to hit subscribe and join our community of explorers getting practical travel guides on exceptional destinations around the world. Day 1 starts with a drive out of Miami and onto the overseas highway, heading straight for Key Largo. To keep your budget in check from the start, I recommend using Gas Buddy to fill up in Homestead or Key Largo. Prices jump the farther south you go, especially past Marathon. Picking up snacks and drinks before you hit the Keys will also help you avoid higher convenience store prices later. Once you reach Key Largo, the first must-see is John Pennekamp Coral Reef State Park. For just $8 per vehicle, you get access to mangrove trails, sandy beaches, and some of the best snorkeling in Florida. If you already have your own mask and fins, bring them. Rentals at the park can add up. I spent a few hours exploring the shallow reefs and paddling around in a rented kayak, and it felt like a true Keys experience without the high price tag. Lunch in Key Largo is easy on the wallet if you know where to go. Mrs. Mac's Kitchen is a local favorite with generous portions and a laid-back vibe. Most meals come in under $15 and the menu has plenty of hearty options. If you're craving seafood, the Backyard Cafe at Key Largo Fisheries is another solid pick, especially for their lobster roll and mahi-mahi tacos. For lodging, camping at Pennekamp Park is a budget-friendly move, with sites running about $15 to $20 per person if you split the cost. If you prefer something with 4 walls, budget motels or Airbnbs in the area usually range from $40 to $60 per person. Booking ahead is essential, especially during busy months. As the sun starts to set, I recommend heading over to Raoul's Waterfront Park for a free and peaceful view across the bay. It's the perfect low-cost way to wrap up your first day on the road before heading to your accommodations for the night. Day 2 takes you from Key Largo to Islamorada. Islamorada is known for its relaxed vibe and world-class fishing. I like to start with Anne's Beach, a local favorite that's completely free. The shallow, clear water is great for wading, and the boardwalk winds past mangroves and pavilions that are perfect for a picnic. I usually grab prepared snacks from a grocery store in Key Largo or Islamorada and settle in under the shade. Parking can fill up by mid-morning, so getting there early pays off. Next up is Robbie's Marina, which is a must for anyone passing through Islamorada. For $5 admission and another $5 for a bucket of fish, you can feed massive tarpon right off the dock. It's a wild scene. These fish leap straight out of the water, and the pelicans try to steal your bait if you're not careful. It's a quick, memorable stop that always makes for great photos. When it's time for lunch, I skip the pricier sit-down spots and look for a local food truck or the happy hour deals at Lorelei Restaurant. Both options keep costs down and let you sample fresh seafood without paying resort prices. If you want a little culture, the History of Diving Museum is nearby. Admission is $15 and the exhibits cover everything from old diving helmets to deep-sea exploration. Or you can just head back to Anne's Beach for a swim and some downtime. For the night, I look for a budget motel or Airbnb room, usually $50 to $70 per person. Or if camping is available at Long Key State Park, it's even less. Day 3 is all about getting the most out of Marathon. I start my morning at Sombrero Beach. It's completely free and has everything you need: soft sand, clear water, restrooms, and picnic tables. Locals come here to swim, relax, or just enjoy a quiet stretch of sand before the crowds show up. I like to bring a simple breakfast and take my time. For lunch, I usually weigh my options. Keys. Fisheries is famous for its Lobster Reuben, but at $30 it's more of an optional splurge than a standard meal. If you're traveling with someone, splitting the sandwich makes it more manageable. Otherwise, I sometimes skip the big lunch and enjoy the free wildlife watching around the marina, which is always lively with pelicans and the occasional manatee. In the afternoon, I look for ways to mix a little history and nature without overspending. The Crane Point Museum and Nature Center costs about $15 and gives you access to trails, native plants, and a bit of local history. If you want to keep costs down, the walking trails at Sombrero Beach Park are free and let you spot native birds and iguanas. Another low-cost option is a quick stop at Windley Key Fossil Reef Geological State Park, just $2.50 per person, if you're interested in geology and fossilized coral. For the night, Marathon's central location makes it easy to find affordable places to stay. Budget hotels typically run $45 to $60 per person, while camping at Curry Hammock State Park can be as low as $15 to $20 per person if you book ahead. I've found that staying here gives you more flexibility for day trips in either direction. Without the steep prices you'll find further south. Day 4 takes me from Marathon to Big Pine Key. This island is easy to pass by, but it's actually packed with experiences you can't find anywhere else. First, I make my way to the National Key Deer Refuge. There's no entry fee here, and it's one of the few places in the world where you can see the endangered key deer up close. Early mornings are best for spotting them as they wander through the brush or graze near the trails. I like to walk a bit or just drive slowly with my camera ready. It's always a highlight to see these tiny deer in their natural habitat. Before heading any farther south, I stop at the Winn-Dixie in Big Pine Key. This is the last spot to pick up groceries at reasonable prices before the tourist markups kick in down in Key West. I usually grab enough snacks and supplies to cover the next day or two, which saves me a surprising amount of money on meals and drinks. For the afternoon, I head to Bahia Honda State Park. Entry is $8 per car, and what you get here is long stretches of white sand, clear water, and plenty of space to relax. The park has picnic areas, restrooms, and a concession stand, but I stick to my packed lunch to keep costs down. If you want to snorkel, you can rent gear or join a tour for an extra fee, but just swimming and lounging on the beach is more than enough for me. When it comes to lodging, there are a few solid options that keep the budget in check. Camping at Boyd's Campground runs about $25 to $35 per person, and if you want a motel, the Seashell Motel is usually $60 to $70 per person. Day 5 starts with the drive from Big Pine Key into Key West, the last stop on this journey. I always look forward to spending a day in Old Town, where the streets are lined with pastel houses, roaming chickens, and a mix of locals and tourists. The Conch Train Tour is a popular way to get your bearings and learn about Key West's history, with a hop-on, hop-off ticket for about $35. It's a bit of a splurge, but it covers a lot of ground and gives you a narrated overview of the island. If you're watching your budget closely, just walking through Old Town is free and lets you explore at your own pace. A stop at the southernmost point buoy is essential for that classic Key West photo. The line gets long, so I try to go early in the morning. It's free, and the colorful marker is a fun way to mark the end of the road trip. From there, I like to wander Duval Street, where you'll find plenty of food trucks and casual spots. Garbo's Grill is a favorite for mahi tacos and Korean beef burritos. Meals usually run $12 to $15, and you can grab a quick bite and keep moving. If you want something sweet, Kermit's Key Lime Shop sells slices of key lime pie for around $5. For free activities, I check out the Key West Cemetery or the Wildlife Center, both offering something different from the usual tourist stops. Mallory Square is the spot for the famous sunset celebration, with street performers and live music. But if I want something quieter, I'll watch the sunset from Fort Zachary Taylor State Park. As a little splurge, I sometimes visit the Key West Butterfly and Nature Conservatory. Admission is $15, and it's a peaceful way to spend an hour surrounded by butterflies and tropical plants. Bike rentals are affordable and let you see more of the island while saving on parking. Traveling the Florida Keys on less than $500 per person is absolutely possible when you focus on state parks, happy hour dining, free beaches, and campgrounds. My 5-day trip came in between $385 and $495 per person, including lodging, food, gas, and activities. Each day's choices, like camping in state parks, enjoying local happy hours, and sticking to free or low-cost attractions, kept costs in check without missing out on what makes the Keys special. If you have your own budget tips or favorite spots in the Keys, I'd love to hear about them. Drop your advice or must-see recommendations in the comments. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more travel ideas.